I just want to start off by saying I will be showing Emmett's G-tube area on his belly, which is a hole in his belly where we feed him. So if that may bother some of you, probably shouldn't watch this video. Gotta get that out of the way right away. Now with that being said, I also want to say we've talked to and well, it's like every time we go to any type of follow up and see doctors, nurses, anybody, they always compliment how clean and nice it looks. So if you have a kid with one and it doesn't look as good as Emmett's, I don't know what any others look like. I've only seen his. But if yours don't look as good as Emmett's, apparently his is a better looking one than others, I guess. I don't know. That's just what I hear. Now, with all that being said, this video is going to be about the basics of the G-tube button and the extension. Okay, starting out, super simple how to connect the G-tube extension to the G-tube button itself. Super easy. There's just two black lines on the button and the extension itself. You just line them up, press it together. I would say pinch the button on his belly so you have a good grip on it, so you don't push into his belly. His or her belly. You don't want to push into their belly too hard. So pinch the button with your fingers. After you line up the two black lines, press the extension into the hole and then turn it clockwise. And I like to have it 180 degrees just because at that point you know that it's not going to come out. And how do you check and see if it might pop out? All you got to do is just keep your finger pinched on the button itself and then just give it a little tug. If it's not in, it'll come right out. If it doesn't, or you have concerns past this video, 100% contact your pediatrician and see what they say. I'm just a dad learning as I go. I'm not a medical professional. This is just what I've learned over the past 2 years of doing this. That's how to connect the extension to the G-tube itself so you can, feed the child. Now, how do you keep it clean? What we do is actually Q-tips around. I clean the just barely inside of the actual G-tube itself, the G-tube button itself, and then I clean all around the outside of it with a Q-tip. After I do that, then I go underneath the button around the hole in the belly and I clean that as well. Same thing with a Q-tip. When he was a lot younger and chubbier, it was a lot harder to do this, but now that he's bigger, kind of thinned out a little bit, it's a lot easier to clean underneath, but there's typically not much under there anyway. And we don't do this dry. We actually do this after bath. It makes it super easy because you let it soak in the bath, and then once you get him out, things are kind of loosened up and they just come right off, and it makes it so much easier to clean that way. And yes, you can fully submerge the G-tube. We didn't know that at the start. We thought that it was not allowed. We didn't think that you could put it completely underwater because water might go into his belly. But we later found out from a doctor near us that you can do that. It's just once the incision is fully healed, you shouldn't submerge it until the incision or the surgery of the G-tube placement is fully healed up and recovered, which would be happening while they're in the hospital anyway. Now, that being said, you could take them swimming and everything, so take advantage of it. It's not like you have to treat their bellies any differently. A little bit differently, but not a whole lot differently from any other kid. You still take them swimming, still have it fully submerged underwater, and you don't have to worry about anything. It's totally fine, and that makes it a whole lot easier to keep clean. Now, there's a few things to look out for, because obviously having a hole in your belly is not normal. One big thing for us, and for probably a lot of other parents, is tummy time. You've got to keep an eye on these kids when they're on their tummy. If possible, what you might have to do is just tuck in their shirts into their pants and leave it like that at all times, especially if they're on their tummy a lot. And then grabby kids. If you have a kid that is real grabby and likes to pull on things, I'm sorry to tell you, but it's going to be a struggle, and you're going to have to keep your eye on them hardcore. Now, I do think Amazon sells a little G-tube button like covers or like pads. They just stick on their skin, and they might even have like a little flap over top that you just peel off to get access to the actual button itself, and then you can just cover it back up. I've never used them, I've never bought them, I have no experience with them, so I can't give a really strong opinion on them. But they're out there as an option for somebody else to try, and if you try them, or if you have tried them, drop a comment below. Maybe you can help somebody else out. And if you question anything at all, anything whatsoever, always go to your pediatrician. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I'm just a dad who's learning this stuff as he goes. I hope this helps somebody else out. I will also, once the time comes, be doing a video similar to this, but I will actually be showing how to actually remove the button from the belly and then put the new one in, because you should be swapping these out every 3 months. At least that's what we've been told, and that's what we've been doing. So I'll have a video on that. It might be a hard one to watch, but I know it's got to help some people out. So if you need help, or if you're nervous about it, I'll have a video on that coming soon, and I hope it helps somebody else out. So make sure you're subscribed for that so you don't miss it, and thanks for watching. What's up, everybody? Just recorded my first video for this series. The series is going to be the Basics series. I have 5 videos planned. The first one today was the G-tube one. I have 4 more to go. If you have any more suggestions, I'll add to it and do more. But you got to drop comments down below. All right, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the big G-tube video. See you guys in the next one.